Guys, today we will discuss about formatting, column formatting in Power Query Editor. I'm sharing my screen. So let me know once you're able to see my screen, guys. Able to see my screen?
Yes, visible.
Thank you. So what I'll do, I'll discard these changes. I'll go here. Let me check data view. What is the data available over there? So guys, yeah, data is available. What I'll do, I'll take a new file here. Okay. So guys, I hope everyone is aware of Google Sheets. Google Sheet is similar to our Excel file. Okay. Today we will deal with an example of a Google Sheet data. See guys, here it is like how a Google Sheet looks like. Okay. So it is similar like our basic our Excel, which is a MS Excel. So data can be organized through rows and columns this way. Okay, and almost all Excel formatting options will be applicable to Google Sheets. See here, but only difference between our Excel file and Google Sheet is Excel file resides in our local machine. Excel files resides in our local machine, our servers on a local machine, whereas it is Google Sheet is available on the cloud with the Google, or we will be having a Gmail account, right? So if we create a Google Sheet, then it will be created on the cloud. So it will be accessible through our account. So you can simply go to your drive. If you want to create a new sheet, go to new, and you can choose this option, Google Sheets, and by using blank spreadsheet, you can create a new sheet. You can enter your data, you can copy your data here. Okay. Once you prepare your data, you are allowed to download that particular data using this option, file, download in the form of XLX file or ODS or CSV files. Okay. So I have chosen empty document, right? So this way it looks. Here you can enter your data, or you can copy your data from one place, from your local machine to this particular online sheet. Or also you are allowed to add multiple sheets, same like our Excel file. Okay, clear, guys? Okay. Now, so for our Excel file, which resides on our local machine, how we browse and select that particular file as a data source in Power BI? So we'll simply choose get source option, and get source option, in the get source option we have to select what kind of file that we are going to import, and simply discard changes. So in the get data option we will be selecting Excel file as an option. As soon as we select Excel file source option, we are given with an UI like a pop-up where you are allowed to select Excel file which is available on your machine. Guys, following me? So whenever we choose get data and Excel source option, so Power BI allows us to select that Excel file on our machine, browse and select. Similar way, Power BI also supports Google Sheet as a data source. So to locate this particular Google Sheet, we need Power BI have access to this particular URL. This is address of your Google Sheet. Whatever thing that you are seeing in the address bar is the address location of your Google Sheet. So let me select this Google Sheet for now. I'm selecting this URL. I have copied. I'm going to Power BI desktop, and here I think it new Power BI window not yet open. Allow it some time. Some processing is happening in the background. I have already told you guys, Power BI allows different data sources, either Excel file or CSV file. Also, we have seen example in the last session. Similar way, it allows Google Sheet as one of the data source. So to locate your Google Sheet, we have to provide the URL of Google Sheet. So whenever we open Google Sheet in the browser, whatever URL that we see in the address bar, that becomes our Google Sheet address. Okay. Okay. Now I'm discarding these two things. What is an insight, guys?
Meaningful information.
Meaningful data.
Meaningful data. What is one-to-many relationship?
The occurrence of key value repeated.
The occurrence of key value as a single occurrence from in one source and multi occurrence in the related source. And many to one. No problem.
Multiple occurrence in one source and single occurrence in
Related source.
other source.
Other source in sense those two sources must be related by some key value. Okay. See guys, I'm going to get data option. In get data option, I'm choosing more. See here, I'm not seeing any Google Sheet option here. So I'm choosing more here. So more option will bring me the other sources that are allowed to select in Power BI. So I'll be opened with a small pop-up. Here in this window, I'm able to see all allowed sources. So here I'll simply type Google Sheet to search because I'm having multiple things here. See here, Google Sheets listed as a search result. I'm selecting Google Sheet and connect. See guys, I'm saying connect. It's saying connecting to a third party services. Okay. I'm saying continue. As soon as we choose continue option, it will ask for what is it as what information it is looking for, guys, in the pop-up.
URL.
Google Sheet
Google
URL.
Sheet URL.
Address URL.
Address URL. Your Google Sheet address URL. I'm simply copying from the browser address bar. I'm pasting it here. I'm clicking on OK. So guys, every Google Sheet, like every Google document, is associated with its respective account information. As I believe I have already did a login on this mission with my Gmail account. I'm seeing this document directly accessible in the navigator window. But for you people, it will be a different thing. Like if you provide this URL, it will in the Google Sheet address bar. I mean, whatever the pop-up that came in the previous screen. So as soon as you paste that URL and click on connect, it will pop up a small window asking for your Google credentials, nothing but your Gmail credentials. To understand, you are the owner of that particular document and you are having access to that document. So that will be evaluated using your credentials. As I have already did, someone was in the lobby, right? Got a sound, okay. So as we have already did a login earlier on this screen, on this mission with the Power BI, it is directly linking that account and fetching details from Google Sheet directly. From this point, everything remains same, guys. See, this is my data, and I'm having what is the sheet name, guys, in this Power BI? In this Google document. What is the sheet name?
Power BI. Power BI Google Sheet.
Customer details.
Customer details is
Customer.
the Google Sheet. Name of the file is Power BI Google Sheet. Okay. Name of the file is Power BI Google Sheet, and name of the sheet is customer details. And in my Power BI desktop, I am seeing this is URL, which is Power BI sheet URL. Inside that, this is a sheet available. Customer details. As soon as I select, see here, guys, it is loaded. It has extracted all the data which is available in my Google Sheet. Customer ID, customer name, gender, race, till balance. See all this information loaded here. Now, can anyone tell me, did you notice any difference here from the regular import and Google Sheet import?
No data types are available.
No?
Data types are available.
We
Either it
haven't.
is on
No, we
or
haven't. This we are still in navigator window only. If you choose the transform option, then only we'll go to Power Query Editor. See here at the top, are we seeing our data, our header, which is available in our Google Sheet is detected as a header, or Power BI
Two header.
itself added an additional header, column 1, column 2. Power BI added an additional header here because it is unable to detect our first row as a header. Okay, so it requires some transformation. I cannot load it directly because this customer ID, customer name, these values will be treated as the actual values of that column, but that is not the case. These needs to be headers. These needs to be fields of my data. Customer ID, customer name, gender, age are the fields of my data, on top of which I can build visuals. Okay. So which option I need to choose, guys, here? Load or transform? It requires some transformation.
Transform.
Transform, I need to choose transform option because it needs some transformation. And let's see. I'll be opened with Power Query Editor window with the Google Sheet data loaded, and we can apply few transformation over there. It takes some time because it's an online resource, not an offline resource which is available on our machine, right? What are the key components of Power BI desktop, guys?
Three components.
Power,
Power
Power
Query, Power
Query,
Pivot, Power View.
Power Query, Power Pivot,
Power Pivot,
Power Pivot, and Power View.
Power View. That's all. And roll up Power View. What is the roll up Power View?
It is a report view, just
reporting.
like
Report view where we can build our visualizations, our
Yes.
reports. What is the role of Power Query?
it transform data.
Operations.
It allows us to transform the data, clean data, transform data. Okay, whatever operations that we want to perform around the data, it allows. Okay, see, guys, our data loaded in the same fashion. Our header is not detected as a header. See, a row number assigned for that, 1, 2. It is treated as a data row, not a header row. So in such cases, we have to be very cautious whenever we load our data using navigator window. That time we have to notice the header part, whether my header detected as a header or not. Okay, so first we have to look for that one. Okay, now here it is not the case, like Power BI navigator not automatically not detected my header. So I want to promote my first row as a header. So what I need to do, I'll simply go to home tab. In the home tab, I'm having under transform section, I am having use first row as header option. Read out this one, guys. What is this option? Use first row
Destroy header.
as header. And as your data is mixed as of now, anyway, whatever text available in header column will be always a text data, right? Which is ABC. And rest of the data is in numeric in this column 1, customer ID column. So Power Query Editor is not sure whether this column is a numeric or alphanumeric. That's why it assigned. What kind of label it assigned as of now?
ABC 1 2 3.
Alphanumeric.
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 ABC 1 2 3 nothing but alphanumeric. In another way, alphabets are allowed and numerics are allowed. That's the meaning. So now what I do, I'll choose this option. Use first row as header. As soon as I select this option, see right side applied settings, what happens, see here. And about also notice about these labels. What are the labels that are right now with all the columns, guys? Same label or different label with respect to the data?
Same labels.
What is that label? Alphanumeric one.
Column 1.
Alphanumeric
Yes.
one for all columns.
Alphanumeric.
Okay. And I'm choosing use first row as header. First row is header row. See, guys, what happened? As soon as I select that, 2 steps added. Promoted headers happened and change type also happened here. My header got promoted. Now I'm seeing data starting from first row with actual data, and my types of column profiling is also changed. My customer ID is 1 2 3 now. Our customer name is only alphabets ABC, whereas gender is ABC. Age is 1 2 3. let's check date column. Date of joining is date type. And balance, it is saying 1.2, that is decimal number, not a whole number, decimal number. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Good. So now what we did, we simply chosen
Sir,
this
here
option.
promote.
Tell me.
Sir, here promoted header and change type default done by the Power BI now.
Yes,
But
automatically.
but here we done by the transforming.
See, it with different sources, Power BI able to understand. See, as Excel, for Excel, Microsoft is the owner. For Power BI, Microsoft is the owner. They know, they understand. They'll have some agreement in between them. They understand the data better. But whereas Google Sheet is a third-party source, it is not the source which is understandable by Power BI directly. True or not? Whereas
Yes,
Google
sir.
Sheet is a third-party source, not a direct
Okay.
related to Power BI. It is meant for maintaining data somewhere else. But Power BI is having capability of connecting to Google Sheet and reading the data from Google Sheet. So we simply given that URL, and whatever data available in this sheet, Power BI is simply treating that one as data as entirely as a whole thing. But in Power BI, we have to make sure our data is loaded properly by ensuring whether header row detected properly or not, and all the column profiling happened clearly or not. Okay,
Okay.
clear, right?
Okay.
Good.
Clear, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, now we are good. So here we are having how many columns, guys? I'm closing this query setting window for web. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. I'll minimize this thing. Yeah. How many columns we have, guys, here? Yes, how many columns?
8 columns. 8 columns.
Customer ID, customer name, gender, age, region, job classification, date of join, and balance. So what is this data model? What this data model telling us? This data model telling us it's a bank account information. Customer ID, nothing but your bank account number and customer name and gender and his age and is from which region and what kind of job that he is doing, that this guy doing, and what is its date of joining, nothing but when its account got created, and what is his current balance in the account. Clear with the data model?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. Let's suppose we are having limited columns here 8. Let's suppose some cases, in some cases we will be having data with the columns more than 100. That times we are not clear like which columns to choose and which column to retain and which columns to remove from our Power Query editor window. Based on business requirement, we do not deal with all 100 columns. We'll be dealing with only the required columns like some 10 to or 12, 10 to 12. Okay. In that case, navigating to each column will be a difficult job for us, right? Navigating to each column will be a difficult job for us. Let's suppose I have to move like this scroll bar and I have to understand. So instead of avoiding this particular complexity in understanding the column and choosing the columns which needs to be there in your view, we are having under home tab, we are having choose columns option. Under choose column options, we are allowed to select two options. One is choose columns, so which will open a window with the list of column names that you want to select. As of now, all columns are selected. That's why I'm saying all columns. If you don't want to select all columns, you just deselect this thing and you just select customer ID, customer name, simply balance and click on OK. What happened? Out of 8 columns, whichever columns that I have selected, only those columns data getting visible. This is one thing. And see here, guys, how many rows of data I'm having in this sheet? I'm moving to end of the sheet. Let me know. How many rows of data I'm having in this sheet?
4,000.
Almost 4,000 plus rows. But
Yes.
in Power Query Editor, what it's saying at the taskbar, what it's saying? 3 columns and what is this, guys? 999 plus rows. As I told you earlier, Power BI always loads top 1000 rows from your data. It always loads top 1000 rows of your data source. It won't load all 4000 rows. Okay, even if you scroll and see, it will show you only top 1000 rows data. It won't show all the rest of the data. Okay, clear guys? Because to avoid unnecessarily loading data into Power BI and unnecessarily consuming memory and processing, it opts for selecting top 1000 rows from your data source, and top of the top 10,000 rows data, it will profile your column by going through the data of that column, and it will identify the data type. Okay, this way it will profile your column. So now where are we? If our data containing more number of columns, then we are allowed to filter only few specific columns, and if we choose close and apply, then only these 3 columns will go into our data view. So now I don't want to do that. I'll again go to choose columns option. I'll simply select all columns and clicking on OK. What it will do? It will show all columns data. And what is other option here? Go to column. So let's suppose you are having 100 columns. Out of 100 columns, you don't know the position of the column. I don't know balance column where it is lying in this data. It can be at 30th position, 50th column position, or 80th column position. So here I can simply come and I'll choose columns, go to column option. I'll simply select my column name balance. I'll select that. So automatically Power Query Editor highlights that column. It will take me to that particular view. See, it highlighted balance column. It has given me visibility of that particular column. Now if I want to go to customer ID, simply I'll go to column, and as soon as I select customer ID and click on OK, I'll be shown with customer ID column highlighted. Clear guys? Choose column, go to column. If I want to see date join where it is, I'll simply select date join and click on OK. It will highlight that column in my view. Guys, noticing the difference? As soon as I select any column in this window, it is highlighting that column. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you are allowed to remove columns also, guys. See here, there is one more option under manage column section, remove columns. So you can select column, whichever columns that you don't want. Let's suppose here I don't need age column and job classification. I don't need these 2 columns as part of my data, even region also. Okay, so you simply select first column and hold your control key and select other column, or select a column and hold your shift key, select the other columns that you want to remove. So right now how many columns I have selected?
3 columns.
3.
3. I am going to remove columns option, so I can choose remove columns. As soon as I click on remove columns, it will remove these 3 selected columns. And how many columns are retained here in this view?
5 columns.
5 columns. So if I want to reverse that particular thing, simply I'll go and remove this step, which is remove column step. As soon as I remove that step, I'll get my columns back, region, classification, age. And there is other way also. You're having 100 columns of data loaded in your Power Query Editor. Out of that, you just want to retain only 5 columns, and you want to only 2 columns, and you want to remove all other columns. So with this approach, how many columns you have to select and remove?
We have to select 98 columns then.
Perfect. We are having 100 columns. If you want to remove 98 columns, then I have to select all 98 columns that I want to remove by holding a Control or Shift key. I have to select all 98 columns, and then I have to go to remove columns option, and I can do that using remove columns option. Instead, the reverse way, you can do select the columns that you want to retain. That's all. Whatever columns that you want to have in your Power Query Editor, only select those columns and then go to remove columns option. We are having a second option. What did it guys? Read out.
Remove other columns.
Remove other columns. What does it mean? Apart from the selected columns, remove other columns. See here. If I choose this option, how many columns will be there and what are those columns?
Only column ID and column name will be there.
Okay. All other columns will be removed. I'm choosing remove other columns. That's all. Gone. Clear? If I want to bring my columns back, what I need to do? I have to go to steps, simply remove that particular remove other column step. it will bring back all my data back. Clear, guys?
Clear, sir.
And if you want to change the order of the columns, you are allowed to do that directly this way. You can select a column and drag it to the position where you want to drag, where you want to position it. So I'm selected date of join and dragging it to next to customer name column. I'm releasing there. That's all. Reordering done. How to rename a column, guys? Simply double click on the header of a column and give whatever name. Simply say account created date. Account created date. Hit enter. That's all. Done. Okay. Here instead of customer ID, I'll say account number. That's all. Done. Okay. So this way we can rename our columns, and by dragging and dropping our columns, selecting, dragging and dropping our columns to the desired position. That way we can reorder our columns, and also we are allowed to do that by choosing, whenever you right click on your column, you will be able to see move option here. In the move option, what is asking, guys? Move to the left. I mean one step left. When you say one step right, see here, account created will be moved to one step right. I'll say move to right. It moves to right one step. And if I say move to end, what happens? My account created column will be moved to end. Clear? And this option can be accessed through transform window also, guys. Select a column, go to transform window. Somewhere you will see that particular move option. See here, move left, right, to the beginning, to the end. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the data, if you want to add a new column, we can achieve that using add column option. We have already seen this example, columns from example option. So as soon as I select this one, what it will ask for? So I'll select account created date. I'll select column from example. I'm choosing from selection, from the selected column. So it will open a new fresh column and ask for enter me a sample data, so that I can understand and give you the result for rest of the rows. So what I'll say, simply, I'll double click here. I'll only type 2020 and hit enter. So it understands from this date column, user trying to extract only year part. So let me do that one for all the rest of the rows. That's why Power BI did the job for us, extracting year data from our account created. As soon as I click on this, click on OK, it added as a new column. Okay. Add column will add a new column to our data. Add column will add a new column to our data. So now 9th column year added. So I'll remove inserted column here. What I'll do, I'll simply go here. I'll go to transform tab. Here what I can do, I can split my data. Split by delimiter, I'll say. As soon as I split by delimiter, otherwise I'll do one thing. Instead of split, it is a date column, right? I'll select my date column, and I'll go to date and the time column section. From the date, what I'll say, get me year. From the date, get me only year. As soon as I select that, my account creation date gone. In the place of account creation date, what I got? I got year information from
Only
the
year.
particular date. So what happens? Through add column, we will get an additional column added to our data. Whereas with the transform option, we will have our existing column data modified. No additional column will be added to our data. Remember that. I'm clearing that extract here. Okay. I'll go here. I'll go to add column. I can choose custom column option also. As soon as I select custom column option, I am allowed to give name of my custom column. What I'll do, I'll simply say year. Account created year. Let's suppose this way I'll give name. So what it will ask for? It will ask for if you want to do anything, like if you want to query data for this particular column from your existing column set. It is giving all other columns which are part of our data source. I'll simply say OK. I haven't given anything. It's saying formula is incomplete. I can add some formula here. So what is account created date? Account created date. I'll simply say OK. Otherwise, if I say year of account created date, this might be a function. That's an Excel function. It's saying the year was not recognized or misspelled correctly. So I'll simply say remove that. Okay. Custom column. Instead of year column, I'll do one thing. Monthly balance. Let's suppose I'll do this. And here I can choose this balance option and I'll divide this one by 12 and click on OK. So it will add a new column with the name monthly balance, and from each row it will pick up balance value and divide it by 12, and it will gives us a result. See, monthly balance column came as a new one here, as a new one, and whatever total balance we are having, that is divided by 12, whatever value that is there, that comes as result, that is getting shown here. Okay, this way you can add custom columns. Okay guys, I'm removing custom column here anyway. Clear guys?
Clear.
Yes.
Okay. And if you want to create one more column, let's suppose date of created account creation date is there and you want to duplicate that particular column. Okay, what you can do, select this column and choose duplicate column option. Under add column, you can choose duplicate column option. I believe the same thing will be available under transform. We have to simply search for these options guys. We cannot remember, like we'll be unable to remember every single option, but few direct options you can remember, but the things like this you can verify on that bar, like in the top ribbon bar, you will be able to find. So in the add column section, I'm having duplicate column option. So as soon as I select a column in my data set and I choose duplicate column, what it will do, it is created one more copy of account created column. This way you can duplicate your data. Okay guys? Is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm removing
Yes,
the
Suman.
duplicated column, I'm removing that. And we are having some extract methods as well. Let's suppose, yeah. So my customer names are 2-letter words which are separated by space here. I want to split them to extract only the first name, Okay. So I'll select customer name. I'll go to transform tab. Remember guys, whenever you go and choose any function from transform tab, then you will be modifying your existing column data. But if you select a column and go with add column option, then you will be adding a new column to your data set. Your existing selected column will remain same as is with the data. Remember that. So I'm choosing add column option. I'm going to text section. Here under extract option, let's see what it's saying guys. What's the length of your column? Length nothing but number of characters that are available in the name, customer name. If I choose length, it gives me a length column added with the count, which represents number of characters available in my customer name. Though it is not a business requirement, but I'm showing the demonstrating the options that we are available to deal with the data. I'm selecting customer name again. I'm going to extract from customer name, extract first characters. First characters in the sense it asks us like how many characters that you want to extract. So I'll say first 3 characters. As we are in add column, as we have chosen extract option from add column, what happens as soon as I click on OK, my customer name column will be there as is with the data, but I'll be added with a new column with the first 3 characters of each row value from the customer name. So now tell me what is the 4th row value for the new column added. If I choose an OK, added. Yes. Hello? Guys, am I audible? Sorry guys, there was a network interruption at my end. I'm sharing my screen, guys. Guys, able to see my screen?
Yes, Suman.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So guys, so what I'm able, what I'm demonstrating here is, I'm selecting my customer name column. So under add column option, I'm having extract features here. So if I select length, what happens? It will add a new column and it will assign values to that new column by taking the length of the content which is available in the selected column. If I choose length, it added a new column with the name length by adding the count of characters which are available in the selected column customer name earlier. Okay, I'll remove that step. And if I choose selecting first characters, what is the column I have selected? Customer name. And I'm going to extract, I'm selecting first characters. If I enter as 5, if I enter 5 here, value 5, and if I click on OK, what it will do, it will pick first 5 characters from a customer name. It will add a new column. In the new column, for each row, it will pick first 5 characters from the selected customer name column. So in that case, what is the value for my 10th row, guys, in the new column? What will be the value for 10th row in the new column? If I click on OK.
PIERS.
PIERS. Why? We are giving
Only
count as 5.
5 characters will be.
First 5 characters from the left side. Let's see. 5th row. So 10th row, right? For 10th row, PIERS is the value. I'm removing this. I'm again selecting customer name column. I'm going to format option. Sorry, extract option. I'm choosing last characters. So if I give 5, what it will give? Last side. I mean, from the right side, only 5 characters will be picked from your customer name. Okay, see here. What I'll do, I'll simply select this column. I'll go to move and I'll move to end so that you can compare easily. I'll reorder this. Customer name, last characters. See, last 5 characters of each value from customer name is picked and a new column added here. I'm removing this, inserted last characters. Deleting step. Okay. Okay. I'm doing reordering also. Now I'm choosing customer name. I'm going to extract and see guys, text before delimiter, after delimiter. So delimiter nothing but a character that can be a space, comma, any character through which you can separate content of a text. So here in the customer name, what is a delimiter, guys?
Space.
Space, empty space. Pierce Dyer, there is a space. Brandon Clark, Peter Miller. So you're having a space. So what I'll do, text after delimiter, then second word will come or first name will come if I choose this.
Second word.
And if I choose text before delimiter, which one will come? So I have to choose that option. Here delimiter,
First,
I'll add a space and I'm clicking OK. So only first name will come. See here at the end, Dorothy, Carl, irrespective of count, the size is irrespective. Only the content which is available before space, that is coming here. See here, Dorothy, Carl, like this. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. So I'll do
Suman, what if you have 2 spaces in a single value?
So it will pick up last value, the last occurrence.
Okay.
Whenever your delimiter occur, the last time, after that, whichever value comes, that value will be picked. Okay. Clear?
Clear.
Okay. Now let's see. You are planning to transform this column into 2 things. So if you go for choosing transform option, then what it will do, it will simply change the content of your customer name column. It will see, I want to split my column into 2. Split this column into by delimiter, which is called space here. Space, it automatically detected delimiter, space. So I'm choosing Okay. See here, you have asked one query, right? Each occurrence of delimiter. If you're having three values, three separated values separated by space, then three different values will be created. As of now, my data containing only two values. Now see, customer name 1, customer name 2, two columns created. Dorothy Jackson, Carl Foster. So your customer name data got modified here. And from these two columns, I want to rebuild my customer name. Instead of removing a step, I'll add a column. I'll go for choosing a add column. Okay. Here, I select these two columns and I'll choose merge columns option under add column, merge columns option, and see. As soon as I choose merge column option, it is asking me, you are trying to merge two column values. If you need any separator between these two values while merging Dorothy Jackson, do you need any separator, which is nothing but a delimiter? So what I'll say, yes, I need a separator like space, semicolon, anything, the default values. If you need any specific character to be given, choose custom and you simply say @ I'll give here. And it is also asking for new column name. I'll say account holder name, let's suppose. I'll give account holder name. I'm just demonstrating this one. If you choose custom, then it will give option to enter our own separator. I'm giving that value and see at the end we will be created with the account holder column with the two values from customer name 1 and customer name 2 merged with a separator @ in between them. So this is with the custom separator. So if I want to go with the default separator as a space selected, I am selecting customer name 1, customer name 2. I am choosing merge columns. Otherwise, this time I'll go with transform merge option. If I have, yeah, under text column, I am having merge options under transform. Now tell me guys, if I choose merge columns option from the transform tab, what happens? The selected columns data will be affected instead of a new column getting added. So I'm choosing merge columns from transform tab. I have selected two columns. I'm choosing merge column. Now it will pop up a window asking me separator. I'll give space. I'll select space as a default separator. I'll simply say transform option merged for our understanding, column name. See, as soon as I click on OK, my two columns, customer name 1, customer name 2 are merged into a single column with the name transform merged. Clear guys? The difference between add column and transform merged?
Clear, sir.
Yes, Raman.
Everyone? Okay. Good. Thank you. And yeah. So here, one more thing. Okay. So all these options are like we have to go through them and understand like which options are available at what place, guys. That's all. Okay. So from this column, if I want to extract some content, so there is an option called range. By range also you can extract, say first characters, last characters, text before and after delimiters, and text between two delimiters. Let's suppose if you're having text multi occurrences of delimiter, more than once, okay, then you can give those delimiter values, first delimiter, second delimiter, like that. Okay. So what I'll say, first delimiter is O, a character O, and second delimiter is L. So let's see. It's like some funny thing, like do we have any content which is having delimiter beginning O somewhere in the beginning and ending with the delimiter L somewhere, L, the letter L in the content? Let's see, do we have any such columns? Yes. See here, I have chosen transform. So instead of transform, I'll go for add column. In add column, I'll go for extract text between delimiters. I'll give between D and between M, and see, will be added with a new column and move. What are the ranges we have given is D and M, right? I'll place this one beside D and M. D and M. D and M. D and M. What is taking, guys? Some different behavior. Maybe not suitable for this example. Okay, I'm just removing this, not a problem. Okay, I'm removing this one also. Merged columns also, if I remove this, I'll get my customer name and customer name 2 columns as is. Okay, good. Now, I'll remove this, all these things. Split by delimiter also. Yeah, my renamed columns. So here, I came back to my previous state. Now, if I want to replace something in my data, see here, I'm having what are the possibilities that are available with job classification, guys? How many possibilities I'm having here? Blue collar, white collar, other. So what I want to do, I want to replace other with a different word. Wherever other is there in this column, I want to replace that with a different word. So what I'll do, I'll just right click. You'll have some option, replace somewhere, replace values. Yeah, replace values. So it will ask for which value that you want to find and with which value you want to replace. Let's suppose if I give others and replace others with some relevant job like IT professional. IT professional. So as soon as I click on OK, all others will become IT professionals here. Why I'm not seeing any value here, guys? What is the reason? Is what happened here? Why I'm not seeing updated data here? The reason is
Because we have to refresh it.
no need to refresh, because whatever values I have given in the replace values, I have given others with IT professional. So I do not have any value with the word others. I'm having a value with the word other.
Other.
As I have given word as others, Power BI not like they didn't find any value with the name others, so no replace activity carried out here. So now I'll simply select other and I'll give replace with IT professional and see. Now it got replaced IT professional.
Yes.
Clear, guys? Now always remember, it is applying and showing, it is applying replace on all the 4000 rows, but it will show only top 999 rows, sorry, top 1000 rows only. Always remember that. Okay. And if you want to remove, if you have, let's suppose if you are having an empty data on any column, you just select that data and remove empty. If you choose remove empty, then whichever values, whichever row containing empty for that particular column, those rows will be deleted from your data set. Okay. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. So this way we can play around with data. So far, whatever things that we have seen here are around column-wise transformations. What kind of transformations, guys? Column-wise transformations. So how data from a column can be extracted based on some rules, like text after delimiter, text before delimiter, like this, or first 5 characters, last 5 characters, something like that. And how to extract only year value from a date column, and how to merge 2 column values. Okay, this way, so far, how to add a new column with a formula. Okay, how to transform an existing column. So this way, whatever functions or features that we have applied so far are around column formatting. Okay, in the next session we'll go through row level transformations. Okay, so this way you'll become, day by day you'll become more familiar with Power Query part. Okay, guys. Actual visualization is very simple thing. You can learn like simply drag and drop, assign values. It will present some visual. Okay, but you need to be have like a good understanding on how to format and clean your data. Okay, once you have clean data in your hand, then you can play with around like anything. Any queries here, guys?
No, Suman.
Any queries? Let me know if you have any queries.